The review ribbon is the next ribbon we'll review in our video series of Ribbon by Ribbon for ITE 115. The spelling and grammar feature that comes with Microsoft Word is a critical tool, and I do hope that each of you will remember to spell check your documents before submitting them. Also, run the grammar checker and let it tell you when you need to capitalize letters. Never submit something that has lowercase I. So if I'm speaking, notice that it automatically converts that small I to a large I. It did it the first time. When I went back and fixed it, it didn't. Never turn in anything that looks like that. Fix it before you turn it in. When you are submitting papers, emails, etc., remember they are professional dialogue. Do not type them like you would a chat or a text message. Okay, so how does the spelling and grammar work? Well, you can press F7 on your keyboard and it will automatically run it, or you can go to the Review tab and click the ABC check. Anything that it has underlined in red, it thinks is a spelling error, and it will offer you some suggestions. If you want to fix it right here, you can. You can accept the change that they recommend. I'll undo my edit. You can go in here and do some autocorrect features. You can go to Options, which is found under the File menu Options. There are custom dictionaries that you can create. You can add things to your custom dictionary. So if you don't want it to keep checking something and saying that it's wrong when you know it's right, you've got lots of options. Check all those out. In its most basic form, the spell checker will go in and check the spelling of words that are in the most commonly used dictionary that comes with Microsoft Word. It's not guaranteed to catch every single thing. You still need to proof your document. So I'm going to tell it to change it. It's fixed it. It tells me I'm done. If there's something that I have done that appears in green, so if I put in too many periods, it underlines it in green. And on the spelling and grammar checker, it's telling me that that is incorrect. Probably I either need to have one period or I need to have 3 periods for the on and on and on concept. Or I can tell it to ignore the rule, ignore it this one time, take me to the next sentence, or explain what it's talking about. I love the explain. So if you're unsure of what it's talking about, ask it to explain it to you. I'm going to tell it to change it back to 1 period. It fixed it. Now let's talk about the Research tab. The Research task pane allows you to search through a variety of dictionaries, encyclopedias, translation services. So if we go research a topic, I told it a few minutes ago to search for e-commerce, and I will tell it to do that again. It went to Wikipedia, ecommerce.com, e-commerce times, very popular e-commerce websites. I can tell it to look for all reference books, all research sites. Of course, because it's a Microsoft tool, it uses Bing as its search engine. And what do we have here? Something that we have in our library, Factiva. It has Factiva articles. So in case you didn't know it, you can do some research right from within Microsoft Word. The Research task pane lets you do that. Now take a look at what else you can look for. Specifically, the Encarta Dictionary. Can't find that word in the Encarta Dictionary. Let's see if I hyphenate it, if it finds it then. It looked for E, but it didn't find e-commerce, evidently. Seems interesting to me that e-commerce would not be a word in the dictionary, but it says it can't find it. Let's look it up in the thesaurus. Can't find it there either. Let's look for another word, critical. Critical, it's offering lots of synonyms and antonyms. That's what a thesaurus does. Let's look it up in the dictionary. So just remember that the task pane for research can be opened up and you can search all these things: Bing, Factiva, HighBeam, business and financial sites, the Thomas Gale company profiles. It has a limited translation tool. The research pane is very helpful and you don't even have to leave Microsoft Word. The thesaurus is a fabulous tool. I use it all the time. If I right-click on my word, I can tell it to go look for synonyms. So I don't have to use the same word all the time. I also can tell it to go straight to the thesaurus, and it can give me the definition. It will give me the list of synonyms, the antonyms, etc. Word count. If you're told to type so many words in your paper, this is going to be helpful for you. You can put comments into your paper. Sometimes your teachers may be giving you comments back. Over here is where you type your message. My cursor was here, so my comment is associated with that piece. Some of you asked me about the tracking feature. This is something that we won't go into in this level of Microsoft Office coverage, but I recommend that you go to the Help button, search for tracking, because it provides excellent resources. Under the Review, Accept, Reject, and Hide Track Changes, in this article it gives you everything that you need to know. And under Protect, if you are setting up documents that you don't want other people to be able to edit, you have options to restrict how much they can edit. So the Review tab is not something that we'll use a lot in ITE 115, but again, I just wanted to go over those few quick things. Always remember to spell check your document. Don't rely just on the spell checker. Proofread it yourself and maybe have someone else proofread it. Always make sure that you have not written it as it were a text message. And use the thesaurus so that you don't use the same word too many times. Things can only be so great. They may be wonderful, marvelous, fantastic, glorious. There are all kinds of ways to describe things. Let the thesaurus help you with your writing. This is the end of the recording.